The buffet does not end. Just ask and receive. The channels, like the venues, the means for information, insight, and understanding to come, is just, the floodgates are open. Anybody who wants to draw close to God, it will happen. It'll come. Like, there's a feast. There's a feast. Once you go looking, you get that path right, it will flow. It will flow. So, the two witnesses of Revelation, I've covered that before. But I just watched, it is an AI video. The pictures, like, it's ridiculous. The men sitting on a horse in a chariot look like men that are part horse being pulled by horse. I mean, the images. But it's good that the face, in this case, it's Elijah's story. And if you are a broken man, especially, like, I have seen this in men, just overwhelmed, feeling alone, like nobody understands, like, this is the story for you. I just highly recommend it. But again, the AI animation is just ridiculous. Like, don't watch it, watch the words. Read the words at the bottom of the screen. Just glance up once in a while, get a sense of the power. You know, we're used to watching movies. We're used to what we're used to. This, like, we get dragged in. If you're gonna get dragged into a story, this is one, especially for men. You know, even if you think, oh, this doesn't apply to me, I haven't been faithful to God, it applies to you. Because you know what? I'll tell you. And we learn this from the people coming out of the satanic ritual abuse and what they do. And the people who have been in, like, deep, dark African witchcraft and hoodoo and voodoo and, like, all that stuff. I don't want to summon that stuff. Too late. That's like, it's just like I have explained in my other videos. If anybody thinks of a question, the answer is there already. And this is why they give you, like, Metatron and Enoch has a different name. It's a new name. But they don't tell it to you because they don't want you summoning him. As soon as I even think of a concept of any kind of entity, person, idea, story, it is upon me. Like, when it talks about uttering names and the angels, the princes over the earth, that's why the Jewish people have things that they call them that other people think are their names. It's not their names. They don't give the names. That people don't need to be calling on them out of ignorance for the wrong reason. Sanctity, privacy. The angels don't want to be called on some foolish, stupid thing like, my crush, you don't like me today. Can you do it? These are princes of angels, spirits, given responsibility over entire continents and hundreds of thousands of people. The ones if there's one over India, we're talking millions and billions of people. So you don't need to know their name. You don't need to know who they are unless you need to know. Then you'll know. But anyways, yeah, I went down the rabbit hole and found that name too. But okay, so the two witnesses, it's believed they're going to be Elijah and Enoch because they're the two that never saw death. And, well, if you allow yourself to read the book of Enoch, which I think anybody who wants to know anything of value, like, if you really want to know the whole truth, you got to go read the book of Enoch. There's 1 Enoch, 2 Enoch, 3 Enoch. The Jews who will accept Enoch 3 because that is of Hebrew origin. The first one, I think, is Babylonian origin, and then there's another one. I forget where it comes from. I don't care. So there are people who only believe Enoch 1, because that's, the longest, with the most detail, the most information, seems to be the most accurate. The second one, between the three, and then the Hebrew, that's, if there are Jewish people that accept the book of Enoch, it will be 3. It will be the one that come from the Hebrews themselves. Can't blame them, Okay, so one of the reasons why they believe that Elijah will be one of the 2 witnesses is because of Malachi. What chapter did I find it in? I got distracted. Nothing there, right? Okay, it's chapter 4 of Malachi, verse 5 and 6. Well, we can start at 4 so that you have context. So he's speaking about, that great and dreadful day. Remember you the Torah of Moshe my servant, which I commanded unto him in Korev for all Yisrael, with the commandments and judgments. Yisrael is Israel, for those who don't know Hebrew. I'm reading out of the Sefer, which has over 3,000 names. Sorry. Restored. So the goal of this book was not only to bring in all the books. Did you know that there's a book called, let me get it right, Bell Dragon? There's a historical scriptural reference called Bell Dragon, which of course sounds to me like a Celtic thing. I haven't investigated it yet. There are books upon books. So, anyways, the goal of the Sefer is to go get every single name in every single one of these scriptures, the ones unaccepted, the ones lost, restores them all into one place in every name. Restore every name in as much of the original translation as possible. But the main focus is names. So the names that you hear me read, like for Elijah, you're going to hear a different name. No, when speaking of the prophet, it means Elijah. It just sounds different in Hebrew. So, which he gave unto him in Korah for all Yisrael, with the commandments and judgments. Behold, I will send you Elijah, the prophet, before the coming of the great and dreadful day of Yahuwah. And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. It's like the electric bill. Pay this by such and such a day, or this. No. Don't worry about it. So, but, if you feel like you're in a place where you need to worry about it very much and get your butt, get to work. Start digging. You got pros to find, man. Go. Get him. So, that's why they believe one of the 2 witnesses is Elijah, and the other one, also called Eliyahu, and Enoch, who became Metatron. And as I said, being a seer, as I am, who does repeat prophecies, and can thus be called a prophet, so you understand when, if you choose to watch the video I'm going to link to, it says 7,000 were preserved, 400 prophets. Don't forget, Israel is supposed to be a nation entirely of prophets. They were all supposed to be prophets. So when it calls them prophets, yes, they can tell you scripture. Okay, they can tell you the law because they had to memorize it all. It was an oral tradition. People are like, oh, well, the people didn't write down these stories in Israel. The Babylonian stories came first. Historically, the latest, the earliest writings we can find of the Hebrew version of events was later. Because it was oral. Because language, writing, spellcasting, programming on the television, they tell you a vision and program you to believe it and make it a reality. Television, spelling. Okay? This is why the written language, it's okay. They will accept that, certain ones, special ordained people, like the priest, oh, money's the root of all evil. I'll deal with the money. I'm holy enough. I can deal with this, but it's too cursed for you to deal with it. We'll take your money. That just gets me. When I was given that insight, that just got me like, that is what they do to you, isn't it? Oh, you can't be responsible for that. I'll take care of that for you. Don't worry. You can't handle the rights. You're too scared. You can't protect yourself. Here come my armies. We got a whole parade going on. Ooh, that's today, isn't it? The day that this is recorded. Trump is showing off the mighty arm of his army, just like every dictator and genocide committer throughout history. So, back on topic, right? I'm passionate. Wouldn't it be great to have this sort of passion for God around you too? So, the reason why the two witnesses are supposed to be Eliyahu, which I just gave you one, and Enoch, who became Metatron. Oh, that's what I was saying. Because this has already happened for me. Because I am a seer, because I am a prophet, because as soon as, when I read a story, I'm just not reading words and drawing on and painting, entertaining pictures of something happening over there that I'm not connected to, attached to in it. Like, I'm living it energetically. I'm feeling what is being felt, what is being expressed, this oneness with God. Like, if I'm talking about, I'm reading something and I'm telling you, Yahuwah feels this way about it, and it's coming out, I'm feeling this way about it. Like, and that's the thing with a prophet. I wrote that down too, and I wasn't prompted by watching any video. This just came as a present to me directly from Yahuwah, and whatever angel he sent to convey it. I'm not gonna claim it. So I don't want to fall into the Moses trap. Do I need to take water from this rock? It's understandable. Because maybe he was feeling God's feelings and forgot to say, Yahuwah is saying through me right now to you, do I need to? We got to learn to do this as prophets. We're feeling it, the words are coming out. Like, I gotta say it, and I gotta say it in this voice. And that's the whole thing with the ego. I did a video on the ego and, the Eastern beliefs, the Sufism, and all of that, Baccarat and stuff. So, the ego, it's who you are. It's your person. It's your personage. It's your humanity. It's what you were designed to be. Don't hate the ego. It just needs to be in a proper place. So when you feel that spirit on you, and it's not just you being expressed here, you have to let your ego go, not do like I did the first time it happened, because it was the first time. There's no announcement. There was no priest. There was no prophet around here to explain to me. I'm just sitting there talking to this guy, and it is I am that I am, like, coming through my brain as this I'm speaking, and the guy's like, who is that? Who's there? Knowing that a spirit is now with me, and I'm like, I am that I am. And then it's giving me something to say to him. And I'm like, see, my ego got in the way. I'm like, I can't say that to him. I reworded it. No wonder I went dark, right? But I didn't know. But that's the point. You got to nourish your ego. This is the home of your spirit. This is who you are. This is who you were designed to be. Just without the corruptible flesh. So you got to build up that house, give it one master, and learn that master has another master who has a master, and conveyances in between. So it's not complicated once you get the sense of it. We have to be able to take our ego and have the presence of mind to say, Yahuwah, the spirit of Yahuwah is here. If we know specifically that this is an angel, you could say that this is an angel. Woo! The spirit of Yahuwah has been sent here, and it is expressing itself through me. And then forget what words come not, set that aside. Like the Pentecostals, and they speak in tongues, and they don't know what the heck's coming out their mouth. I want to understand what I'm saying. I've kind of asked that, it be expressed that I'm aware, because so many people, they'll channel entities, and they'll be like, I have to go back and I have to read the recording. I know several of them that have explained it, and they have to watch the recording themselves because they don't know what's being said when they're saying it. They'll do like an hour or two of channeling, and their consciousness is out of the picture. Whatever spirit, it's just that spirit, and it will announce itself, and it will go on for 2 hours, and then the person's back utterly exhausted, you saw all this big energy, and then their body becomes deflated, and you can see the difference between them when they're channeling and when they're not. So when their body's being used by a spirit, and then when it's not, it's just a little human being. So they'll explain this to you. They have no clue. But because I've blacked out, and it was to protect me. There wasn't anything bad. I didn't, kill anybody who didn't deserve it. I didn't kill anybody, period. Like, when this happened. And so, no, I'm not a murderess. I was like, well, except for the abortion. That's what I'm trying to get around. Like, don't stumble if you have to. That's where you're at. Whatever. So, it's having, your ego's good. I mean, personalities, like, watching this video, this is why I say, like, especially, like, men, hear the story be told from your perspective. And what I was getting at was, so someone like me, at my birth, I'm not saying certain qualities. They know, the demons know what is coming out of the womb. Okay, they know, they feel the energy, they sense, they have enough experience to say, this child coming is anointed, this child has got like this great destiny, we need to hurt this child young and hard and consistent, and there's a legion of demons sent. Do not let this one rise unless, our Creator commands it, and we're forced to keep it down. And so when Yahusha says, you will be persecuted for my name's sake. See, I tried to it mashes it all up into one word. Don't you understand what I'm saying? I think some people are knowing the scripture before I even say it, though. I ain't crazy. So, you're like me. Not everybody listening, but the ones who are, they are. Yay. I'm glad to have you. Yes! Alright, so he says, on account of my name. You're sitting there, you're going, but I never worshiped God. Like, I never spoke Yahusha's name, not even Jesus. I didn't preach to nobody. I didn't teach nobody nothing. What do you mean I'm being persecuted? That's why. Because they saw you. They felt you coming. in that womb, when you were forming in your mother's womb, oh, they saw it. And they know how to read bloodlines. They know how to read the energy, the stars, and stuff like that. How do you think those magi knew? They followed a star. Like, they knew Yahusha was being born. Shoot, King Herod, who had prophets surrounding him, didn't know. But these magi knew. They know. I mean, yay, they were, obviously, they were servants of Yahuwah. That's why, they were entrusted with it. And Yahuwah's angel even caught him, at Herod's. Go here, this is where it is. And, don't go back to Herod. So, Yahuwah guided them. He let them honor Yahusha as an infant. And they obeyed. They went. They didn't go back to Herod. It's like Herod asked them to. So, they know. They know. They knew you were coming. That's why everything, heaven and earth, were moved to keep you from knowing God before your time. Don't think it's because you're lacking. No, it's because you have that much to give. And yeah, you could count that as being persecuted because for the sake of Yahusha's name. Because you're coming out. You're following in his footsteps. And it was known. When you did, once you get your footing, which brings me to the point of this video, the two witnesses. So, it says they're going to be prophesying in the streets for 3.5 days or whatever. And it's not whatever, I know, but it's not important to the video. And then they're going to be killed, and all the people will rejoice, who don't want to see, any of Yahuwah's messengers. They just want to be like the rest and kill the prophets. They don't want to hear it because then they're responsible for knowing it. Then they got to change their behavior. Then they got to humble themselves. Maybe give some stuff of their treasures away. And, the trouble of doing so. Meanwhile, they're making sure that I'm on the street with nothing every chance they get. Every time I build something up, let's take her resources away. Let's get her friends and family mad at her. Let's get, we hate you, get on the road. No, we don't want you here, keep walking. Like somebody just be nice to me. I tear up when somebody says, can I help you? Sincere, I fall apart. It's the first token of kindness. So yeah, if you ever feel like that, watch Elijah's story. Link it below. Like I said, it's AI. It's crappy graphics. Don't follow it. It will drive you nuts. So if you're anything like me. Just the screens. Look up every once in a while. And the changing of the faces to represent the people is probably good because, whoa, that one brings it alive for me. Whoa, that face, yeah, she could have looked like that. Yeah, that's probably why she got away with a bunch of crap. You know what I mean? So, it may bring something profound and relatable to you watching it. So I'll put the link below. So what I learned, by reviewing this story, especially in such a attached, interactive, it's an experience. It's like being there for me. Movies, I don't watch them, especially now knowing that they're all cursed. Before they release, there's a ritual that they do over them before they release them, so that evil spirits, they'll break up, the picture of a demon's face and just flash it on the screen in pieces and parts, and poof, it's in your room. Okay, so what does that? 2 prophets, if it's Elijah and Enoch. Enoch is the one in charge of all the deeds of men, recording them. He's responsible for humanity. That's why he would be one to come down and his spirit be teaching and guiding. Like, alright, this is what I've learned over the years. This is how we can accomplish this. This is what you need to know. This. And Elijah, because he prepared the way. And again, that's why they said that John the Baptist and Yahusha confirmed it. That was Elijah returned. So the spirit of Elijah was to prepare the 7,000 faithful Israelites who were all prophets, because all people of Israel have the responsibility of being prophets. Another word for priests. You are a nation of priests. That's what it means. So in scripture and in the story it says, 400 prophets. That means Israelites. Okay, 400 priests, that means 400 Israelites. You're talking about a Jew, you're talking about an Israelite, you're talking about a priest, you're talking about a prophet. Watch your tongue. I'm learning this. Okay, figured it out. Fucked around and found out. So that is the nature of Elijah returning. They're going to be like, focused on maybe 2 figures that are demonstrating and calling people and producing these miracles, like drying things up. And then when nobody can bear it anymore and they start cursing God or praying to God, then, the rain will come when God says, okay, I'm going to make it rain, let people know, issue the command forth, as if it were mine. And then people are going to be so focused on that, they're not going to realize and understand, yeah, Yahuwah lets you take those 2, because, well, the spirits that were using them need to be up in heaven, back where I brought them. They're only visiting you, I hate to tell you. No skin off their backs, like they ain't been through this before. And those people themselves, for being faithful servants, well, they took on their mantle, they took on their role, so they'll get the same reward. Risen up. See y'all later. And but they're gonna be so focused and happy. Oh, thank goodness that pestering feeling is gone, because they're gone. Their role is to prepare all of those who have been set aside and hidden. Like me, I've been getting this sense, like, over the years. I am, heaven's, like, as if, not as if I'm not, but as if, heaven's greatest secret, that I've been here and hidden. I've had so many dreams where I'm frustrated and they're painting my face and like, just one more mission. And of course, it's always just one more. I just want to be myself. Get off of me. Stop. Because I didn't understand. I was being preserved for a time and day. And this may not be the day. Like I said in my previous videos, recent, I could go black after this. Like, these videos may be the last you see of me until, dang, some crazy lady with this weird name showing up. She all on fire. Like, you should hear her talk. She'll drive you nuts. She'll drive you to severe belief, or she will drive you to murderous rage. Where is she? Where did she come from? Like a nation born overnight. They're going to kill those witnesses, and that means that those who have been set aside and hidden are ready. They've received their training, and they are about to blow things up. So yeah, may not be just two literal people? Though it could be. But the important thing is knowing. You think you're sitting here, you're not being used just like I do. Everything you're feeling, I have probably felt at some point. And I'm probably still going to feel it, like, here and there. I told you the other videos, the story. I woke up this morning and I'm just crying. I'm like, I don't even know why I need to know more about this 40 days, 40 years in the desert, what it means. And wow, what a freaking story. So, you think you're not being useful. Like, my best friend, I want to help her. I want to give her tools and information to change, her experience. Like, but I'm going to leave that one to Yahuwah, because I love her too much. It's just not being given to me to do. I'll drop things. I'm honest. I'm not going to, like, just show up one day and say, oh yeah, the whole time I was there. No. I'm being appreciative of my circumstances, and I'm just letting her know that I've, turned to God, and so I haven't been, I'm chatty about it. I could talk all day. I've told her, I just don't want to irritate you. So if I don't, come out like telling you all the latest and greatest, it's because it's all about God, and she's sensitive about that. She has her reasons. We all do. So there's no judgment. Don't you judge my friend. Touch my friend. I was born in the year of the dog. So, yes. So that's what it could just mean. That two witnesses come first. You could be a part of that story. You could be being taught. You could have been persecuted your entire life, even though you haven't uttered a single word about Yahuwah, Yahusha. You haven't even entertained the name of Jesus. Like, good on you. Like, I think you know more than you know. You're more in tune than you think you are. And just those feelings of oppression, like, watch the video. Just don't let it drive you crazy with the AI graphics, because they do not make sense. They don't. Jezebel falling from the tower. She's sliding over like an innocent maiden slipping down. And then the next shot is this like dark witch woman floating up into the air like she's falling up into the air. Like, oh. But at least it's proof AI ain't all it's cracked up to be. If you watch it, you're gonna know what I'm saying. Like, oh. So, yep, two witnesses. You may be more than you think you are. But you know what? At least you know not to let it get to your head by now. If you don't, you'll learn. You'll learn. And don't beat yourself up for that one either when it comes to time. You can come remember. Call me your friend. Say, oh, my friend Stacy. Crystal Morningstar. However you're going to remember me. That crazy lady who don't shut up. She made her point. Stop talking. I noticed that about others. We just like, okay, forgive me for talking so much. But, yeah, we get fired up. And it's a never ending. We are in the river of life. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going if you let it. Like, woohoo! Pull down them sails. I'm riding with the current. Next enlightenment. Bring it my way. All right, Elijah, Enoch. Why they may be to the two witnesses, but it doesn't have to be literal, because the intention is you who have been hidden away. You precious little jewel, you. time to be trained. And then you will be used when it is your time. That was pretty enlightening perspective, learning that there are only certain people who are supposed to bring wine to the feast, the wedding feast. It's their responsibility. It's your honor, responsibilities are honors. I don't know if you got that yet, if that's part of, your conditioning or not, but responsibility is an honor. And so at the wedding feast, they ran out of wine, and Mary tells Yahuwah, or Miriam, if I want to be specific. Miriam tells Yahusha, tells Yahuwah. Oh, yeah, she probably did. Yahuwah, my son. What do I say to him here? What do you need? And if you think about it too, this has to do with the topic about whether or not it's your time. He tells her, it's not my time yet. But something must have clicked. Like, he's used to hearing from Yahuwah directly. And all of a sudden, this thing's coming from outside him. Oh, I gotta honor my mother and my father, He's gonna be good to his adoptive father anyways. Like, let's not go there. And it might have clicked in him. Oh, this is my father telling me it's time. Okay, well, if we're gonna do this, we are gonna do this the right way. See them vessels of water? Bring them to me. The holy water. I already said it. Well, the water for sanctification, which to them is holy. You do not corrupt those jars with wine. And those are the jars that he turns into wine. So, you're calling when it is time, when it is your time. Be alert, because that trumpet call may come through. Some little old lady on the street looks at you and says, "What you waiting for, boy? What you waiting for?" What am I waiting for? Oh, let me move out of your way. And she continues on her way. You're like, dang, that weird old lady, what you waiting for? I moved. Dang, I didn't move fast enough for her. What's up with that? Oh. Time to open your mouth, boy. Time to open your mouth. You might get it that way. That's hysterical. I was like, there's another way. Like, I've seen this. Some old man, he was not the best of persons, and I think he knew it. But he wanted to start his own, like, he envied the Amish, but he didn't want to become Amish, or they rejected him. Alright, he wanted to be a head honcho, okay? So he was going to start his own branch of the Amish, the Mennonites. They fall under this one religious group, Anabaptists. So he wanted to start his own Anabaptist congregation, but he needed people to work the land for him. And he lived off his wife's Social Security. I've heard this story before. And so he has men up, like, of course, gotta take advantage of the homeless. Why are they homeless? Because they have sexual assault charges, or they're listed as a pedophile. They can't go anywhere else. They're gonna work for no money, just be happy to have a roof over their head, even if it's a fallen down barn in freezing, northern Maine, and they get food to eat. They're happy. There's no toilet, there's no running water, but they got a place to be, So one of them actually prophesied to him before they left, and he knew it. God will use the ridiculous. He will catch you off guard. Oh, that was what happened, was when I was in the slabs and I was preparing to go and doing, everybody was all snickle fritz, like the consciousness of people were changing bodies. It happens, I'm telling you, it happens. Amongst these people who have been through the satanic ritual abuse, they soul swap people all the time, and they do it to keep them confused and all of that. So this young man, he starts heading my way. And as I've explained before, we run around topless out there. Like, it's normal. Nobody looks. It's not, it doesn't mean anything. We're hot. We take our clothes off. They gotta dry sometime. You can't even have one drink of alcohol. You will dehydrate and die, because you gotta drink all day long, because you're going to sweat all night long, and you're gonna wake up thirsty. Like, you have to wake up in the middle of the night to drink water just to stay hydrated. You're sweating that much. So here I am. I'm dancing topless under a tree. Don't ask questions. And this young man, he starts walking my way. He's got long dark hair, shoulder length, very neatly groomed, well kept, so I knew he wasn't a loco. And, a little bit of facial hair. And I'm aware there is something different. That's not just a young man walking my way. There's a spirit in this person. And it's not creepy. It's not looking to hook up with it. It's different. And so he comes, and I'm just like, I gotta break the ice with this one. I'm like, well, you're either very brave or very stupid to approach a witch dancing topless under a tree. I'm like, here, let me put a shirt on. You don't need to see my body. I know my body's scarred. I wasn't that way to be attractive or because I felt attractive. This was a thing, And so he goes, I think it's a beautiful body. And I'm just like, oh, jeez. Now what's going on? Because this is a spirit. It's obviously here for a reason. And it's telling me, like, I think that would be the last thing, your word I would use in association with my physical appearance. Like, forget it. So I'm like, I sit down, he sits down, he just puts an elbow on my knee. I'm like, this one ain't afraid of nothing. But he's not being intimidated. It was very comfortable. Shoot, I could have just melted right there. The energy was just that good. Like, I could have relaxed myself totally. He asked me certain questions and nodded his head, turned around, did some push-ups over a white rock, and I knew the personality was resetting. He walked away, rode off on a bike, like a little bit disorientated. It'll happen, man. Little old lady. What you waiting for, boy? Some good looking man. It's time. You're beautiful. Go on. You're gonna do it. And then some confused dude goes riding off on a bike, like, oh yeah, I was on my way to meet my friends. What I just do? There's programming. And Yahuwah can have his angels use them as well. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. It's good. It's all good. These are the ways. These are the ways. That's what this is about. This is why. And yeah, watch the video. Get into it. Like, my heart goes out to men. So, I don't know. Because I know. You think, there's no way anybody can understand me. Oh, we hear that all the time. But you're not alone. There are people being hidden in caves and mountains and woods and deserts. Precious gems just waiting for your word to come out of your mouth with your personality. Yahuwah's word with your personality. Your personality is needed. Your ego is needed. You just need to know when to set it aside. Just say ahead of time, whoa, I'm feeling the spirit on me. The words coming out of me are probably Yahuwah's, so listen up. And just let whatever needs to be said come forth. You see how I do characterizations and conveying, an energy so that in understanding the feel of it, people can get a sense of it. And it's relaxing. It's funny. It allows us laughter. walls, blockages come down. Like, oh, that wasn't as scary as I thought it was gonna be. Holy crap, that was unexpected. That made me think. There's a reason for it. There's a reason why you are the way you are, and your life has gone the way that it's gone, and it's okay. Do not be afraid. It's okay. And Yahuwah is greater at building people up in just the right way than anybody's ever gonna be who has tried to pull you down. You think that pulled you down? Wait till you see the power that's going to be invested in you to pull you up by your bootstraps. It's coming. It's coming.